I now understand why this show was described by its creator as a religious experience. Because I haven't been this bored since last time I was forced to sit through a sermon as an 11-year-old.
This is certainly the slowest episode of, I think, actually
history?
Not just human history, but as far as the Disney Star Wars shows that we've watched, I have never seen something slower than what happened before us today.
Ironically, I am sitting here in a bit of a, brain fog. Part of me... So, okay, this is how bad this is. Part of me is wondering if I'm missing something here. Something has slid me by that I simply couldn't figure out or understand. Something flew over my head. Because I can't believe that such an irrelevant piece of media has actually been created. There's a 5-minute scene that is virtually silent here, where Ahsoka just walks around Sabine and occasionally taps her on her shoulder to teach her about her instincts. They use an entire minute for Sabine to try and move a cup. Even the fight scene... Jesus.
Yeah, I don't even know if we can call it a fight scene. Let's be honest here.
So, they've got a ship, of course, and you know how these scenes usually go. The enemy knows immediately where they are, and they home in behind them in their MiG-21s, and they go poo-poo-poo-poo, and they hit them. Now, normally, this would create some sort of shaky cam, or sparks, or fires, or something, to indicate to you, the audience, that they are in danger. But I presume they forgot to add them in the CG, because not at any point whatsoever does the good guy's craft take so much as a scratch from these interceptors' weapons.
Yep, they as they fire on the vessel, I think when it zooms in and you see a close-up shot, you see sparks of these blaster rounds hitting the craft, right? And you'd be like, oh, okay, there's going to be scorch marks like there would be in Phantom Menace. However, when you upon closer examination, they just sort of disappear. A little spark and beep, beep, beep. It's like, okay. And that's not even the worst part of it. When they lose their deflector shields and there's a sitting duck and they strafe them again, it does the exact same thing. So it's like, okay, the weapons that are being fired at these guys are completely ineffective.
They're utterly harmless, and they score multiple hits. Hits after hits after hits after hits. And they actually, unironically, don't even leave scorch marks. The weapons are entirely irrelevant. There is no sense of urgency here. There is no sense of danger. At no point are the heroes even inconvenienced, practically. This entire scene exists for no other purpose than to get them down onto the planet, and I don't even know why they go down onto the planet. They get hit by some flak, because that's in Star Wars now. Lasers just flak batteries now. It's just how it works. And I mean, the plane flies just fine. It isn't sparking, it isn't on fire, there's no shaking, there's no turbulence, they land perfectly well, they don't crash or anything. The vessel looks entirely unharmed, but they're totally stuck here now. I am genuinely wondering if they simply forgot to CGI in the damage effects.
Maybe they ran out of money. Because that's what it feels like. It's like, oh no, our ship is heavily damaged. We're stranded on this planet. We're going to have to find a clever way to alert the New Republic about this thing that might be connected to another galaxy that could bring back Thrawn or something. And it's like, okay. Alright, fair enough. But why? The ship is, shiny. The interior of the cockpit is clean. It's reflective. It almost looks like it was just, recently, wiped down. Nothing looks dirty. Nothing looks scorched. Nothing looks damaged. Not even the exterior. Nothing's wrong with the ship.
I genuinely think they might just have forgotten to CGI it in. I actually have no other reasonable explanation for this. And of course, oh god. See, Star Wars was always one of the biggest sin is when it comes to this. The whole, like, the hero takes a blaster shot to the shoulder and goes, yeah, and moves on as if nothing happened, right? But at least that's a blaster. Meanwhile, the stormtrooper gets shot in the shin and falls over dead instantly. But with the addition of this to the lightsaber as well, like Sabine briefly mentions her wound, you know, the lethal wound to her stomach, where all of her internal organs should have been vaporized in a millisecond, and she goes like, it kind of itches a little bit.
Oh, just a little itchy. My lethal stab wound. Oh, yes, a little uncomforting. Makes a little joke about it, like, silly me. Meanwhile, Qui-Gon is, like, spinning in his grave.
Yes. And even as their ship takes 0 damage from enemy weapons fire, they instantly explode, the little rickety-ass MiG-21s hunting them down. It's like, my God, I've never watched a show with less urgency, with less sense of something going on. I mean, at one point, Ahsoka leaves the ship and then fights the starfighters with her goddamn swords.
Yep, she even slices one.
She does.
See, okay, the biggest problem I have with that scene is like, okay, lightsaber deflect blaster rounds. All right, whatever. Fucking the fighters see her deflecting the rounds, right? And what they just like, let's get as close as we can when we do a boom and zoom, and like just close enough so she can do a jump and slice me in half. It's like, okay, genius, 10 out of 10, brilliant. I don't even know how you got out of flight school.
I mean, they're in space. Just break 50 meters away and shoot it. Why are you even bothering strafing it? Like,
there's no point boom and zooming. Yeah, just literally hover there and open fire, hose it.
Like, not like your weapons are doing any damage regardless, but you could at least try.
They could, but you see, Arch, that again was too difficult. Oh my goodness, this show is just, honestly, the more I watch it, the more I feel like it's the most, it's the least Star Warsy of them all, I'd say by now. And not only that, it's also oddly more about interpersonal drama and relationships than it has anything to do with about like a Star Wars adventure.
Is it?
Doesn't it feel like that? It's like Sabine and Ahsoka trying to mend their, thing, Padawan, girls mending things. That's what it feels like. I mean, I tried to pay attention to the story, and it was very difficult.
Are they? Like, okay, all I've gathered is Sabine's shit at Jedi stuff.
She just sucks, yes.
Yeah, she just fucking sucks.
She'll get better, probably. I don't know. I have no idea.
It's not okay. It's not even like when Luke does it, right? When he has the little ball that zaps him, and Obi-Wan's off in the corner, and you're like, sucker,
stupid dummy.
It's not even anything like that. The robot is just like, yeah, she's shit. And then Ahsoka goes like, yeah, she's pretty shit too. Why did you have to tell her she's shit though?
Yeah, don't tell her though. I'm trying to I feel like Ahsoka's just kind of manipulative. Like she's getting like a rise out of like, oh yeah, you totally can be a Jedi. Don't tell her she can't be. It's not as funny.
And perhaps the most insulting part of it all is after these 30 minutes that felt like unironically an hour. We get precisely one scene, like 30 seconds, of Titus Pullo, as the camera slowly zooms in on his big old potato nose, and then it cuts to black and the credits run. And nothing has happened. Absolutely nothing has happened.
Well, I mean, they set up that something might happen next time.
Oh, like in any sane universe, this entire episode would have been cut down to maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, honestly, there's not a lot of scenes here of value. Like, they could have cut down the scene, like, she's trying, but she's, learning. They already did that with her, like, doing the chopping and the, like, practice swordplay with the machine. They didn't need to do the other scene, because that added an additional 5 minutes of unnecessary time. They could have cut down a lot of the other excess waffling and talking about things that just don't matter.
I mean, there's like, okay, let me see here. There's a 7. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another 5-minute scene where the general goes in and talks to some holograms, where the painfully diverse staff goes, "Oh, you see, the New Republic is really fat and lazy and dumb. You're afraid of this Admiral Thrawn fellow? Well, we're sick of war, okay? Screw you, we're not gonna send anything to help you." It's like, but I uncovered Imperial loyalists, like building warships on one of our planets. Yeah, and so what?
There's Imperials working in all sorts of parts of the Republic, you see? We can't be questioning everybody. That's just ridiculous.
The fleet has better things to do. Like what? What is the fleet doing exactly?
Besides just hovering around there, it's like the Imperials have pledged their loyalty to the Republic. They wouldn't lie.
Literally, one of the frumpy ladies' argument is that, but they swore they were our friends now.
They wouldn't betray us. You're just being bigoted. Oh my god. It's special.
I know. Like the New Republic, you have fat, corrupt, stupid, dumb, gay, irrelevancy. I know they'll be blown up in the new movie. Boom. But couldn't you
at least try to pretend that you're gonna? Yeah. See what they're already doing is they're actually setting up the New Republic to be basically corrupt. It was a rocky start. It was clearly not gonna make it. It's because they haven't destroyed everything of the original trilogy so far. So the New Republic needed to be shown as it never stood a chance to begin with. It was a failed government. It was a failed organization. Everything that happened in the original trilogy, pointless. Pointless. Why? Why even bother?
You know what I think I just realized?
What?
You know what I think I just realized, Kyle?
What was that?
This entire episode. This entire singular episode, except for maybe the robot, doesn't have a single male character in it with anything to say.
I've thought about that briefly.
Like, the black senator goes like, "But peace though," and the Asian senator goes like, "But peace though."
That's true.
And then Titus Pullo goes like, "The Jedis are in the forest. Go find them, sir. The forest is the size of a continent. Where do we even begin?" Psst.
That's not my problem. I'm going to stare ominously at the camera in front of me. Now you go away.
Like, if this is what feminine storytelling looks like, count me in amongst the glorious ranks of misogynists, Kyle. I adopt misogyny as my new religion, if this is the alternative.
That's true. Because think about it. You had Sabine, Ahsoka, random evil chick, other white-haired evil chick, green chick, and those 5 characters were like the main characters of this entire story.
Viva la patriarchy.
My god, are you telling me that a female-only Star Wars is a dead Star Wars? Stop it, Marge. You're gonna make me a misogynist too.
I wouldn't blame you. It's like they're trying to turn Ahsoka into this kind of measured Jedi Master thing, but it just doesn't work. Like, okay, Qui-Gon could pull it off because he felt wise and ancient. He was elegant, long hair. He was always well-spoken, articulate. He came across as a Jedi Master. Obi-Wan in the original trilogy did it because he was an old wise man living alone, a hermit with mystical tricks to teach. Ahsoka is just a frumpy gal. The closest she comes to teaching Sabine anything is occasionally patting her on the shoulder with a sword and going like, "Feel me."
Yep. Also, or being like, "Let's talk about our feelings, Sabine. We have a troubled past."
The worst part is too is Ahsoka probably must have undergone some sort of traumatizing whatchamacguffin muffin. Because she was supposed to be the energetic child character, the bright and interesting little character. And now she's just this. She's constantly frumpy, frowny. It's like, I don't know about this. What even
She's
happened?
a constant fucking drain on the screen, and she's also just a drag as a character. Like, this Ahsoka, played by this actress, and maybe it's the actress, maybe it's the script, I don't know. But either way, she's just boring to watch. She's not interesting.
The action is dreadful because it has no weight, no consequence whatsoever. The visuals, the CGI even, is just like, it feels like they forgot stuff. And it doesn't even have any jokes. I mean, I swear to jeez. The closest the show comes to a joke is when the droid powers back up again and goes like, what did I miss? And they go like, oh, we were almost killed several times. And he goes like, standard procedure. Shoot me.
The worst part about that joke
shoot
is it feels so like fourth wall breaking, in the sense of, yeah, no, standard procedure. No one's in danger in this show.
Exactly.
No one ever has been. Don't worry about it. Being shot at by, fighters, cut off from communication, no help on its way, giant space station thing shooting at us. Nothing. Nah, no problem. We're fine.
So what? Like, their weapons didn't even scorch our hull. Why should I be worried?
Our hull is made of 100% Cannon. Oh my goodness. This entire sequence is just pain.
This was 30 minutes complete, not a waste of my life.
You'll never get it back. And you know what's better? How much you want to bet that maybe one thing happens in the next episode that this one built up to?
I'm hoping that next episode we'll get to see Titus Polo beat the shit out of both of them.
Chops them up into little pieces.
That is the only thing that keeps me I want to see Titus Polo beat them up. I want to see Thrawn return and just humiliate everybody and destroy the New Republic. Because at this point, I am 100% team bad guy. Because team good does not deserve to exist. They have failed the test of entertainment. All hail the Empire.
All hail the Empire.